I don't know what this means. Don't worry, boys. Have a good mentality. Right, Craig? I don't know what that means. Mate, I don't even know where to go with your comment, but the lineup was completely flawed. Joe Gomez was a mess. Endo looked weak. Jota should have started. Trent or Bradley should have been on. What's wrong with Liverpool? Klopp almost looks resigned. What got me there was Klopp getting angry at players on the pitch. That's what kind of wound me up a little bit there, because he put the team out. He made the selection. Can we get a poll in the chat, please? Connor, Ben, whoever's in the background. Ask, did we underestimate Atalanta? Or did we not respect them? Because I can't think of anything other than complacency as to why that performance came about the way it did. We had 4 days in between our last game and now. And I don't know what to say, but I do feel like that announcement again, when it came out, it gave us a boost for a few weeks. We heard all the sound bites from the players about wanting to do it for the manager, how much it means, all this other crap. But ultimately, they bottled that tonight. No other word for it. They were beaten by a team who wanted it more. And we were arrogant. And we were nowhere to be had. There was more fight showed on the sideline from Klopp than there was on the pitch amongst the 11 players. And even that, not good enough. The boys looked as if they didn't want to play, said Ibad Imran. Atalanta wanted it more simple, said Mystify. 100% we didn't respect them, said the inner nerd. We look arrogant and have for weeks, said Mohad Nasir. Thank you for your comment, Mohad, and your super chat. I'm going to just try my best to let you guys vent here because, you know, for me in these situations, there's a lot I want to say. There's a lot I want to get off my chest, but I'll be cancelled. So I'm going to let you guys have your say, and I'm going to just read out and agree with what I agree with. No energy at all, said Cameron Heaton. Durability of a Poppadom. That's it. All I wanted to say about this shite. Mate, I don't blame you. It's heartbreaking. And all opposition fans that are in the chat, it's one of those days where you're not going to get any pushback from me. I'm not going to call you out for your clubs. I'm not going to say anything because we deserve it. This is one of those occasions where we have to take it on the chin and take all the crap that's coming our way. Because I know I'd give it to United. And I wouldn't respect you fans if you didn't give it back to us. But I'm angry. I'm shocked. I'm frustrated. I'm sad. If that's how we go out of Europe with Klopp, with that whimper, maybe it's good a change is coming because something stinks right now. The club has gone from the highest of highs to that over the course of a month. It's embarrassing. So we asked you guys, did we underestimate Atalanta? And there's 88. Players were crap, but Klopp has a huge part to play in this loss. The lineup was shocking. He does have a big part to play in it, yes. The lineup wasn't great. But even at that, if we look at the players who are out there, there's no excuse for it. There's no excuse for that level of complacency and crap. I knew we'd struggle with them because of the last time we played them. This should not be a shock. Everyone, including you, said it would be easy. So, again, I never once said it would be easy. Please don't put words in my mouth. I said we're a better team. If we show up, we should win. I know you want to vent, but it's not my fault that they were shit. Do you know what I mean? I can't do the job for them. So, I get you need to vent, but how in any way am I culpable for that? Flat performance, humiliation, nervous for Palace. People saying to me to calm down. How can you? How can you calm down? This means a lot to all of us. Of course, you guys watching at home as well. It is not a time for being calm right now. It's a time for venting. It's a time for talking about the embarrassment that we just witnessed. And a lot of comments have been saying it's been coming. And I kind of get where you're coming from on that one. We cannot keep backing the players who are to blame. I think that's fair. And if you want me to call out some players today, I'll call out some players. Van Dijk was a disgrace. Canade was a disgrace. Gomez, he wasn't a problem, but he wasn't great. Costas is one of the worst left backs I've ever seen. In a defensive standpoint, he is a headless chicken. Look at the opportunity before half-time. That clown was on the halfway line. Nowhere near play. Our forwards couldn't hit a barn door with a banjo at the minute. Chance, miss. Darwin is clearly suffering upstairs. I can't. You're right, you can't defend the indefensible. You can't. And our manager deserves to take it on the chin this time as well, because his stupidity, arrogance, whatever you want to say, led to that. He picked a team, and that's how they responded to him. So I don't want to hear any of this crap from Van Dijk about we want to win it all for the gaffer. You shit the bed tonight. You captained that performance. You led that capitulation. And it isn't the first. Capitulated at United. Capitulated in the league at United. Capitulated at home in the Europa League. So don't give us the soundbites, Virg, about this means more, we want to do it for the gaffer. Your actions showed exactly how little you cared. Those people that spent their hard-earned money, whether they be from Liverpool or anywhere else in the world, to go and watch that crap. It's pathetic. It's a joke. And it's not acceptable. Heads need to roll. Because that isn't good enough for Liverpool Football Club. That isn't good enough. This is the Europa League. And we're talking about being back in the Champions League with your Real Madrids, your Man Cities, your Bayern Munichs. We would have been beaten 7 or 8-0 tonight. If that was Real Madrid, we would have been talking about maybe the biggest defeat in European history for us on our own soil. Nobody out there gave a damn. None of them. We started our second-class team against a well-organised team, underestimating Atalanta, and this is the result, said West Ham. I don't disagree with you, my friend. That definitely wasn't our strongest 11, and I can't tell you why that was the 11 Jurgen picked. He will come out and say he picked a team that he thinks can win the game, but very, very wrong. And he has to take this one on the chin. So does our captain. There is no excusing it. There isn't. It's just unacceptable. I don't know what else to say. It's just unacceptable. Atalanta ain't no joke. Think Klopp underestimated him. Trust me, as a United fan, I know. See, here's the thing. There's no reason or excuse for Klopp underestimating them, because we've played them before as well, and we know that a Gasperini team are going to work hard, counter, and be very, very technically proficient. So yeah, there's no excuse. It's just not good enough. And whatever the reason was, we were put to the sword. This wasn't bad luck. This wasn't a poor refereeing display. This was inept arrogance. Just not good enough. Nelson said you can't win them all. Support the team, wins and losses. I get where you're coming from, Nelson, and I respect your positivity, mate, but sometimes you need to vent, bro. Sometimes you need to get stuff off your chest. And while I agree with your sentiment and I applaud your positivity, I'm struggling right now to see much positive about that, because as somebody pointed out, that could be Jurgen Klopp's last game as Liverpool manager in Europe at Anfield. And what will it be remembered for? A 3-0 disgraceful performance, no flags or banners on the Kop, and our players not showing up and looking like they just met each other that week. You know, it's hard to stay positive, Nelson, on stuff like that.